Mel Gibson was also on Joe Rogan being insane. Wait, what? Mel Gibson was on Joe Rogan.
This story that you want to tell about good and evil, like, do you have a script, or is it just a thing in your head? What is it?
Yeah, it's the resurrection story,
I gotta
but
pee.
it's not linear, because you can't really. It's hard to understand, so it's got to be put in a framework where you answer a few other questions as well. And you have to juxtapose the event itself against everything else so that it makes some kind of sense in a bigger picture, which is a hard thing to do. And it took my brother and I and a guy called Randall Wallace, plus my brother and I, took us 6-7 years to write it.
So are you doing this with historians as well? Are you trying to make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, historical stuff. Well, I regard the Gospels as history. It's verifiable history. Some people say, oh, it's a fairy tale. He never existed, but he did. And there are other accounts, verifiable historical accounts outside the biblical ones that also bear this up, that yes, he did exist. And the other aspect of that is that all the evangelists, the apostles who went out there, every single one of those guys died rather than deny their belief. And nobody dies for a lie. Nobody.
Right.
So that's part of what I'm doing. It's like showing nobody dies for a lie.
Yeah. Well, the resurrection is the one that is the most difficult for people to swallow.
Yes.
That's the one that requires.
Dude, what has happened to Joseph Robinette Rogan? Actually, he's like leaving 30K people to get radicalized by Joe Rogan. Yeah, everyone is going to be radicalized instantaneously. It's like give it enough time. I feel like he's going to be anti-weed. Bills can't be that high. I just don't understand. Like, I feel like he is lost the plot in such spectacular fashion. Yeah, like he's like, the Jesus stuff seems real. Also, one of the fun little, one of the most insane parts about the story is that, yes, apparently Mel Gibson's house was actively burning down while he and Joe were openly doubting climate change on this broadcast. And that Mel Gibson talked about curing cancer with, that's right, ivermectin. Hold on. Let's finish this and I'll get to that too.
Faith in the most belief. Yeah, resurrection.
Yeah.
Who gets back up 3 days later after he gets murdered in public? Who gets back up under his own power? Buddha didn't do that shit.
Right.
So.
You believe that was a real event?
Yeah, I do.
Come on, man. Even Joe's like, was that? You think that's real? You think? I love these guys, man. They're like, Jesus actually got killed and then was resurrected after 3 days. That's real. Ivermectin cured cancer. That's also real. You know what's not real? Climate change. I love that Buddha didn't do that line in it too. He's just like, yeah, El Buddha. This is amazing. All right, let's see what else. What else he was cooking up. I like that Mel Gibson has not even remotely reconsidered any of his like manic statements that originally got him canceled, which is not real anyway. Like, there's no such thing as like real cancellation anyway. But like, he is notoriously a rabid, a vicious man. Very famously has said a lot of inappropriate things. I'm trying to be as nice as possible.
I'll tell you a good story.
Okay.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer.
What kind of toxic? This man is radiating toxic fumes or something. If all 3 close friends all had cancer after listening to Mel Gibson talk.
All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
Jesus. They took what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin? Fenbendazole. Yeah. I'm hearing that a lot.
They drank hydrochloride something or other.
There's studies on that now where people have proven that
Bro, do these guys have like a ivermectin sponsorship? Like, what's going on? The producers of ivermectin have come out and been like, no, dude, this is not like some kind of miracle drug. Yeah, they drank hydrochloric acid, dude. Hydrochloride. They drank hydrochloride. Why is he nodding his head like that? Because he's mentally unwell. What are you talking about? It's just like, I don't know why they are so invested in ivermectin. Like they shill ivermectin like they got stock options, okay? And it was born directly out of having a contrarian, like anti-mainstream narrative. It's not born out of like an immediate material benefit. Purely out of just like, I don't trust mainstream narratives. They told me that this is not going to be a cure, so I'm going to go ahead and assume it's a cure. That's so crazy. They succeeded doing the Tide Pod challenge. Yeah, these are the same guys who are like, this next generation is eating Tide Pods. And then they're like, nah, but also ivermectin cures cancer.
It's drinking methylene blue and stuff like that.
Yeah, methylene blue, which was a fabric dye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a textile dye. And now they find out it has profound effects on your mitochondria.
Yep.
Yeah.
This stuff works, man.
I'm sorry, what? My mom had cancer and she was easily suggestible due to the sickness. Stepdad was an ivermectin nut and convinced her. Needless to say, she hasn't been with us for over 3 years now. I'm sorry about your loss, chatter. Just remember that your mom is not alone in this, okay? There are incredibly powerful, incredibly intelligent people with endless amounts of resources that find themselves in a similar predicament. Steve Jobs being famously one of these nutters. Okay, not calling your mom a nutter, but you know, this is unfortunately all too common. And you can watch two incredibly wealthy people have this conversation with one another right now. Like, I think Mel Gibson is a real one. Like, I think he actually personally thinks that drinking chemical dye would save him.
There's a lot of stuff that does work, which is very strange because, again, it's profit. When you hear about things that are demonized and that turn out to be effective, you always wonder, well, what is going on here? How is our medical institutions, how have they failed us so that things that do cure you are not promoted because they're not profitable?
I'll tell you.
Okay, but like America is one of the few countries where everything is for profit. Like, this is the thing I don't understand. So for all of these other nations where they don't have for-profit healthcare, I guess pharmaceuticals are still technically for-profit, even if the government is mass purchasing them at much lower prices overall. Like, why is their solution to eradicate the for-profit aspect of healthcare across the board, all the way to the pharmaceutical corporations? Like, why do they never arrive at an anti-capitalist thought? It's right there. You're literally saying the words. The words are coming out of your mouth. And yet, for some reason, it's just not even a question. Like, how can you openly say, it's akin to saying openly, okay, capitalism is a massive problem. These parasitic forces have destroyed society because they constantly put profit over the interests of people. And that's why you have to drink bleach. Like, how is that your, like, how do you go from point A to point Z? How do you go on this journey? It doesn't make sense. He just openly says the words, profit is the reason why these companies operate the way that they do. And then their solution is to drink bleach because the profit centers are telling you not to drink bleach. It blows my mind that you can't just go, you know what the solution to this is? The eradication of the profit motive. It's never that. And it's crazy because I could sit here every goddamn day of the week and tell you that for-profit healthcare is a major problem, partially because it, breeds these sorts of conspiratorial-minded people and leads them astray down dangerous paths, right? I could tell you that every day of the week, and people go, nope, you're one of them. You're one of the societal elites that doesn't want me to drink bleach. I just don't understand it. People are so much more susceptible to these psychotic conspiracy theories before recognizing that the way that our systems are designed are unfair and broken. Mel Gibson reveals he couldn't walk for 3 months after taking Fauci's pet drug for COVID. Remdesivir kills you. I found out afterwards, and that's why I wonder about Fauci. Remdesivir is so lethal it got nicknamed Run Death is Near after it started killing thousands of COVID patients in the hospital, wrote Stella Paul, New York, in a previous report from the American Thinker and Epoch Times. The experts claimed that remdesivir will stop COVID. Okay, let's watch
this. I got COVID from my gardener, and he had it first, and then I got it. And I was like, did I grab the hose or what? You know, what was, I don't know. But it was...
Wait, that's not how you... That's like week one of COVID stuff, assuming that you got COVID transmitted through like surface contact. I guess he's joking. I don't know.
I knew the guy for 20 years, and we both went to the same hospital, and he died and I didn't.
Jesus.
I think we both got remdesivir, which is not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Causes kidney failure.
I know. I couldn't walk for 3 months after stuff.
Really?
Because it kills you. I found out afterwards it kills you, and that's why.
Bro, you just said you got COVID from your gardener. He died, and you couldn't walk for 3 months. Okay, maybe it wasn't the remdesivir. Maybe it was the COVID. Like, what? You just admitted it killed the gardener. Or no, oh my God, he doesn't think COVID killed the gardener. He thinks remdesivir killed him. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I misunderstood what he was trying to say. Oh, I'm not operating on the level of stupid that he is. Oh God, he's saying remdesivir killed him. Of course, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. Of course it wasn't COVID that killed him.
I wonder about Fauci. You know?
Oh, you should wonder about that guy. Yeah. When meanwhile, they were trying to...
What does Fauci have to do with remdesivir?
To stop people from getting monoclonal antibodies.
Yeah.
Well, they've restricted monoclonal antibodies, which is insane because they wanted to promote that vaccine because they wanted to profit off of it, which brings us back again to evil. Mm-hmm. Evil's real. Mm-hmm. It's real. Putting money over human lives is evil.
I agree.
It's a real thing, and there's a temptation to do it.
They take you for a communist when you talk about eradicating profit motive for companies. I guess you should specify for them that universal basic and primary needs should never be a profit-driven business. I do that all the time. It doesn't matter. People are so primed to become little cops and like read between the lines and assume the worst when you say things like that. Everyone is trained as like a little McCarthyist, okay? Everyone's got that dog in them where they go, you're saying certain things like everyone deserves healthcare. That's some pussy shit. That's some real socialism right there. And I'm trained into thinking that that's a bad thing. If you were to tell me that big pharmaceuticals are profit driven and therefore you should eat cow manure, I would be more inclined to believe you.
Too, which is even more crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, funny how you called yourself dumb for not being able to understand dumb. Don't worry, homie, you're good, lol. No, I am dumb, just not that level of dumb. Okay, that there's levels to it. America is the Disney Channel. Third Reich was a banger. E-up lovely take that I wanted to show you, by the way, from the Carter funeral. Registered nurse here. We use remdesivir all the time with patients with pneumonia. It's a safe and effective drug. Lots of elderly die due to pneumonia. Remdesivir, hands down, saves them. Yeah, but okay. Some of them died in pneumonia. So remdesivir kills them is what I'm going to assume. Hillary's big ass head in the background. Yeah, it's weird how big her head is, dude. It's kind of crazy.